Hari Om. So today's video is about some myths which we are all following in Vastu Shastra. On the name of Vastu, we are always fooled. Like there are many other examples like trees in southwest, blue color, then keeping up pyramids, keeping up strips, tapes for that matters, and there are many other examples. In this video, I'm just trying to tell you people ke what is actually written in our Vedic Vastu. When we say Vedic Vastu, it typically means coming from the Shastras, what Vishwakarma Prakash says, what Mayamat says. And when I say that, I am saying it on the back of my 18 years of experience in Vastu Shastra. What I'm trying to say is my gurus, my teachers, what they have taught to me in Vastu Shastra, but not as today when we say it's a fusion of Vastu Shastra and Feng Shui. And these people present in front of you कि ऐसा करना चाहिए, tape लगा दो और keep some aluminium strips. So I'll try to pick up some points and discuss them and let you know okay, what we listen in the market, is it the correct perspectives or is it the wrong? So when I start with it, the most important thing comes up is, and you will always listen to it, there should be no green color or no trees in the southwest. That's the biggest mistake. Now understand why do I say that. See, Vastu, when we talk about our Rishi Munis, when the scripture was written, it was written on very scientific basis. When I say scientific, what do I mean is, in the northern hemisphere, the sun travels from east to west via south. So approximately around 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., if we see our sun, so we see the sun in the southwest direction. I know sun never moves, the earth rotates. Just assuming we see the sun in the southwest of our home, right? Very clear, very basics. So when we see that, what it typically mean is कि धूप बहुत तेज होता है. If we look up any Rajasthan for that matter or Jaipur for that matter, I have a long relation with Jaipur. My Masi lives in there. So in बचपन में हम जब जाते थे for our vacations, so around 12:30 and by 4-5 p.m. in the evening, the whole city was closed. There were no movements in the afternoon time for a very simple reason. It's very hot. The temperature is very hot. Sun is translating like that, right? So it is always said the direct sunlight coming up on your home garam kar deta hai. You people in Delhi, Mumbai, whatsoever will also experience the same. So it was said to have long trees in the southwest for a very simple reason. Let it be Ashok tree, let it be any big tree. I am not naming anything right now. That is all typical separate. What to use, that is all separate. I'm just trying to burst the myths what you have. So if there are long trees out there, so जो धूप आएगी ना वो छन के आएगी. It will not directly come to out there. So suppose somebody in the summers who is traveling on the scooter or cycle or whatsoever or walking, if they sit under a tree for a while, they'll understand that cooling effect. Why? Because वो पेड़ गर्मी आने नहीं देता है, वो छान के देता है. That is the reason Southwest always had big trees. Initially, when today we have apartment culture or something else, initially it was always, there was one home, there was all greenland out there. So that was the reason Southwest had to be protected by any means. इसलिए पेड़ लगाए जाते थे बड़े ट्री. And today what they say is green, I don't know what they coming from. Green tree is prohibited in Southwest. I have no idea. No book, no Vastu Shastra book writes that there is a problem of green color in Southwest. If there is, kindly quote that. Any Puranic, any author which has written in past 5, 10, 20 years, kindly do not quote that. Anybody who has written it 100 years back, any Shastra of ours, kindly quote that, I'll respect that. But when I read that, I have read Vishwakarma Prakash, I've read several books, I do not see it at any point of time. Second, very major, 5 elementation. So what they say is, I'm not so sure what they say is that earth kills, water kills, air kills, fire kills, space kills, something of that sort, destruction and construction. They make it like that, which is not a part of our Shastras. Right. I try to put in some diagram out here, but that's not a part of our Shastras, where system of creation and system of destruction, what they typically say. Our Vedic Shastra doesn't talk about it. Our Shastra says we have 5 elements. earth, water, air, space and fire. Earth is friendly to water, air is friendly to fire. Correct? Earth is in disconnect with air and water is disconnect with fire. We understand that. Space elementation, nobody can touch, nobody can destroy it. That's the basic rule in our Vedic Vastu Shastra, nothing else. Mixing and matching of different elementations and doing something else doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Coming to the first area, when southwest is an earth element, how can you prohibit plants out there? Any plant is in the earth. Earth element has to be in the southwest. Simple. That's the basic logic behind it. So the theory immediately goes down from there and it stands nullified. So this is some myths because they have tried to build up a typical business out of it. No book in Vastu Shastra tells about remedies. No book. Give me a book, let it be Mayamatam, let it be Vishwakarma Prakash, which talks about any remedies. No, they don't do that. Because there are no remedies. This always said as an architect, this has to be built here, that has to be built there. As per elementation, that will be better. That was the basic reason and logics behind it. And today people have mixed, the internet is full out of it, right? Then a third one, very important, and I am very sorry about it, many people use it. Aluminium strips in the north, I'm not so sure about it. They say aluminium in the north or in the east, I'm not so sure. Because I do not practice that, but I've always heard people coming to me, sir, can we put aluminium strips in the north or northeast or the east, somewhere in that zone. Let it be any other zone, for that matters. Aluminium is an element which was never in our tables at any point of time. Aluminium was introduced in late 19th century by Britishers to weaken our immune system. As Sanatan Dharmis, as our religion always allowed to have healthy food, so our immunity was very, very strong. Means very, very strong. And they were not being able to break our social fighters, right? नहीं टूट रहे थे, मतलब they were keeping fast and they were perfectly okay because our immunity was that strong. So what they understood was that they need to introduce such a thing which can weaken our immunity system. So they introduced aluminium out there, and we are not that very great as of now, but har ghar mein there is aluminium, let it be aluminium cooker or let it be anything, and you ask any Ayurvedic specialist or any doctor for that matters or any big hoteliers. I was discussing with a client of mine. He says our hotel never uses that. I'm not so sure about how strong it is, but yes, he said that. Okay, aluminium is a very bad element which weakens our immunity, and we should not be using it. The topic is something else, and they say you keep up a strip of aluminium in north or east or XYZ zone, and your Vastu is corrected. How can it be corrected? एक strip लगाने से out at your WC or something, your Vastu can be corrected. So somebody, supposedly we knew somebody is a bad element, उसके बाहर घर के बाहरी tape लगा दो, we are sorted. It doesn't work like that. This is gimmick, this is stupidity, what they talk about. Always means always. This is somewhere where you should never use in your home. Fourth, very, very important. And this is very funny coming in. I remember there was a video, I would not name that Vastu consultant. She's a very famous female. And she was arguing on online itself. She was having a glass of water in her front and she was pointing it out. See, everybody says, ma'am, how can you say water as blue? See, water has no color. And she was saying it herself. And then she tried to prove it, it is blue. Shastras, coming from Shiv Sarvodaya. Shiv Sarvodaya typically states, water is white, air is blue, earth is yellow, fire is red, and space element is of multiple colors. No green, nothing of that sort. Again, the first story goes off. Right? So, the typical answer to it is that north or northeast for that matter, when we talk about the water element, the northeast has to be white. There is no blue color. There is no book written in which it says the blue color can be introduced in the northeast zone. That is the most important thing. Now, very much, this is the fourth topic when I'm talking about is toilet in the zone of what they call as east, southeast, they call it churning zone. I'm sorry, yes, churning zone. Toilet in the churning zone can be created. My humble request to each and everybody of you, never ever do that. Understand? Southeast compromises of two directions, east southeast and south southeast. उससे southeast पूरा बनता है. And when we talk about east southeast, the southeast part, the left side east southeast is always for the chopping. जो घर में हम लोग initially the female say ना कि pre-cooking things, that is for the east southeast. South southeast is for the storage. Southeast is for the cooking. While facing southeast or east, you have to cook. And these people out of churning, because everything coming out there pre-cooking, they said it is for the zone of churning. You can think over that. I don't know where it comes from. And you can have a toilet in the east southeast. Supposedly somebody has a toilet in the east southeast and a kitchen in the southeast. You do not need any vastu. You'll understand by your own self you are creating destruction for yourself towards your health hazard. But these people कुछ तो खाएंगे ना, पैसा कमाना है, they will be selling the remedies. That's the reason they are saying this BS everywhere, right? Never ever get into it. No, not at all. East southeast is the part of the kitchen itself, and there is nothing of that sort. We can have a toilet out there, or it can be a zone of churning where you can think over things. No, nothing is written, nothing is mentioned in the Shastras anywhere. Now, this now another topic which talks about you can have a puja room in the West. I don't know where it came from, and West coming as a zone of prophets. If I'm not wrong, they say it something like that. I'm not so sure. Something of zone of prophets I was reading somewhere. I remember I was studying Lal Kitab back in 2018-19, and Lal Kitab Vastu. I'm not commenting on Lal Kitab at any point of time. That is another topic to it. So the 11th house is said to be West, coming from the Lal Kitab. And when we talk about this mixel of Feng Shui and Vastu, they take it as, they introduce Lal Kitab also in it, which says West as prophets, 11th house, as Jyotish we know. And they have taken it as कि भाई West में prophets ही होगा. You keep anything, what you call is, pick up a photo and keep it out in the West, and it will be a wish fulfillment, something of that sort. It's typically wrong. West is the sinking direction. Sun rises from east, sets at west. डूबते वो सूरज देखने को भी मना करते हैं हमारे में. And they say you can have a puja temple out there. No, not at all. You can never ever have that. Puja is only allowed in the northeast or in the east or on the north. Nowhere else. You cannot keep puja photos at any or every point of your home. You cannot do that. And they have made up a theory for Narayan, Lord Vishnu. All the directions, different deities can be kept. No, never at all. Do not do that. You will create a havoc in your energy at your home. So kindly do not do that. So when I was discussing Southwest, I had one other topic which says relationship zone in the Southwest. Where it comes from? Feng Shui, because Feng Shui says that it's a relationship zone. Our Shastras typically say that it's a zone where you can rest for your sleeping areas. It is not for the relationship being out there. Husband, wife are being out there, that's perfectly okay. But saying typically if you are having a problem in your relationship, you can have your own photos in the Southwest. No, not at all. Southwest, the Devta being out there is Pitri, ancestors being out there. The only photos which is allowed in the Southwest of your home is your ancestral photos, not yours. Your photo, the person who is alive, their photos can only be in the north and the east wall, nowhere else. So people saying you can have your photos in the Southwest, kindly do not get into it. This is all, again, a stupidity. It's not a zone of your relationship at any point of time. There are many other topics like that, which they say you can keep a horse in South for your fame. Doesn't know where it comes from. You can keep wind chimes in Northwest. That will give your career. Doesn't know where it comes from for the support. Doesn't know where it comes from. Green bulb coming in for health. Kindly do not get into these kind of things, because it will not do anything. It will break your faith, because Vastu is not that. Vastu is not about keeping a pyramid and it will clear energies. It's not about that. It's their energy form being out there. People online say that we can create energy in XYZ zone. Energy can not be created nor destroyed, but can be transformed from one form to another form. Always remember this line. So people saying we can create energy out there, kindly say this line to them, they will understand that. And if they do not understand, so understand they are all polished on their Vastu things, and that's the reason they are not able to understand that. My just suggestion to you people is kindly be wise and do not get into these problems like putting up tapes, yellow tapes, or putting up blue tapes around your washrooms, or aluminium, or pyramids, and spending lakh of rupees for these things. It doesn't work like that. Vedic Vastu Shastra does not have any remedies. And when you talk about remedies, those can be just done by your basic colors being out there, and not about, okay, you have to have XYZ things there and it will create a positivity. No, not at all means not at all. Just look at surroundings of you people who are trying to do this. Kindly pause. Do not entertain them, because at the end you will be burning your monies on the name of the faith, and there will be no results. And then at the end, you'll again have a faith, lose faith, and that's again a problem for you people, right? That's for today, and I'll be creating some more videos out of these topics where Vastu myths will be busted out there, and I hope you like it. If you like it, kindly like the button, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Hari Om.